Thank you for coming today. As many of you know, I am announcing today that after 7 years, and as I begin my 8th year as mayor, I will not be seeking re-election for a third term. It has been an extraordinary honor and a joy to serve this city that I love, to do work that I love for the last 7 years. We have taken the city of Hartford together from near bankruptcy, insolvency, to stability, and then to growth. And then, as we were building our momentum, came the gut punch of COVID, and we worked together through the global pandemic to make sure that our community had access to the testing and the vaccines and the information that our community needed, and better access than most communities around the country. And we're working now on that growing new recovery. And at the same time, we've pushed a lot of big projects forward, things that our community has long needed and long wanted, from rebuilding schools to investing in parks and libraries and infrastructure to attracting a historic amount of private investment into our community. We did that while sticking to the financial stability plan that we put forward, not borrowing a dime to make those investments, and lowering the property tax rate for the first time in a long, long time, and by the biggest drop in about 30 years. And at the same time, most important, we invested in people, especially our young people and those in our community who need our support the most. From partnerships like the Youth Service Corps and the Reentry Welcome Center and the Heart Team of crisis responders, we built partnerships that have already made a difference for thousands of people in our community. And we are working every day to plant new seeds that I hope will take root and grow and make Hartford stronger and safer and fairer in the years ahead. We continue to work every single day on helping our young people reconnect and recover and heal and catch up after everything they've been through, helping our small businesses recover and grow stronger after everything they've been through, committing to housing opportunities, building more housing, focusing on housing quality, promoting home ownership. That's work that's going to continue over the next year, and I hope far beyond that. And maybe most important, I hope that over the last 7 years, we have restored some confidence in the city of Hartford and in city government. I am deeply grateful to the team that has been doing this work for the last 7 years, and to everybody who does this work in the city every day. We've got a team in Hartford that I'd stack up against any team anywhere, who does this work for the right reasons, is committed to our community, works awfully hard, and it's been an honor to do that work with this team. I would be happy to take questions in a minute, but let me just close by saying to the people of Hartford, I will be forever grateful that you gave me this chance to do this work for the last 7 years, and to my family, to my wife Sarah and my kids, I can't thank you enough. And again, to everybody who's been part of doing this work and who will continue to work every day to make Hartford as strong as it can be, I say thank you. And I love this city. I believe in this city. I'm looking forward to continuing this work over the next year and then helping make sure that work continues for many years to come. So thank you again, everybody, and I'm happy to take some questions. What will I do next? I don't know, but I got a year to figure it out.
And is there anything that you would like to point to as you think one of your proudest moments in this job?
Look, I think some of the most important battles we fought were not the ones we wanted to fight, but the ones we had to fight. You know, as I said, when my team and I took office, our city was bankrupt, financially bankrupt, if not legally bankrupt. And the first task was to get to stability. And we worked hard to build partnerships to do that. I'm grateful for the partnerships that we had with our legislators, with our legislative leaders, with the governor, with our companies who made significant investment, with our unions who made significant concessions and contributions. We did that work because we knew that if we didn't get that right, then nothing else mattered. We had to put this city on a strong and stable foundation for the long term. And if you'd asked me 7 years ago if I thought that 7 years on we would be financially stable with ratings upgrade after ratings upgrade, with surpluses each year that we've reinvested in our community and in building up a rainy day fund without borrowing or a single dollar or issuing a single bond, and we're able to reduce the mill rate by 7.2%, I'm not sure I would have believed you. So that was work that had to be done to make everything else possible. But I'm also enormously proud of some of the work that I mentioned, work like our Youth Service Corps, which has given hundreds of kids every year the chance to get their first job and get connected to mentorship and build a path and a plan for the years ahead. The Reentry Welcome Center has helped more than 1,000 people coming back to our community get connected to resources so they could rebuild their lives and try to chart a new path. Our team, I think, has made unprecedented investments in the organizations that work with our young people. We've made unprecedented investments and commitments to those organizations that work every day to try to intervene in violence and prevent violence throughout our community. I'm proud of all that work, and all of that work continues. But I also want to say that it's often easy to focus on things that we got built. Obviously the baseball park was off the rails when we came in. We worked hard to get that done and get it done right without putting the burden on taxpayers. And now to get the promised development around that so we could truly reconnect our neighborhoods, to build on long vacant lots like Park and Main and long-needed housing developments like at Westbrook Village and Bowes Park. It could go on and on with the economic development that we've worked hard to push. But in many ways, the thing that I think is just as important is making sure that every day our team governed with care, with compassion, with discipline, with rigor, that we did this work the right way and for the right reasons. And I hope that that has restored people's confidence in this city government.
How tough of a decision was this for you?
It was a very tough decision. It's a decision I wrestled with for a long time. I think the truth is, if for the first 2 terms, I counted 4-year terms a blessing to be able to just focus on the work and not worry about a campaign. If I could sign up for another 2 years right now, I'd probably do it. But having done 7, I'm not sure that I'm prepared to sign up for 5 more.
Mayor, what are your priorities?
I think if you do this job right, and I've tried to do it right, you give yourself to it completely. It's all-consuming. It's 24/7. That's one of the things I love about it. But it also means that every year you do it is like 3 or 4.
What are your priorities for the rest of your time in office?
My priorities for the rest of the time in office are to continue the work that we're doing, to double and triple down on those efforts to push forward the economic development projects that our community has long sought, to make sure that those seeds we plant get nurtured and take root, hopefully before we go. There's an awful lot of great work that our team is doing every day, and I want to make sure that we push that forward, and that whoever takes this office next comes in as strong a position as possible. From the day I came in, I said to our team that one of our jobs that we have to never lose sight of is that we need to make sure that when it comes time to hand over the keys, that we're handing over the keys to a city that is stronger than we got it. And I believe we'll do that.
Obviously, this is very new, but do you have a candidate in mind that
No. Look, Hartford's a political town. It's an open seat. I suspect there's going to be a whole lot of people running for it, and that's as it should be. I'm as optimistic about Hartford's future as I've ever been, and I've always been pretty optimistic about Hartford's future. This is a great city. This is a city that, first of all, is filled with incredible people who give to their community every day in powerful ways. And this is a city that punches way above its weight when it comes to arts and culture and sports and food. It is a beautifully diverse city that I love to live in, and I think you're seeing growth every year and progress every year that will continue. And my job right now and our team's job is to make sure that that continues.
Was there a particular moment when you knew it was the right decision not to do it?
No, I don't think so. You know, I'd been thinking about it long and hard for a while, and spent some time with family thinking about it over the Thanksgiving holiday. But no, I don't think there's any particular moment. I think the deciding factor is simply that, like I said before, at the end of next year it will have been 8 years, and if you do this job the way I've tried to do it, 8 years is a long time, and it's time to pass the baton.
Is there anything that frustrated you over the past 7 years?
No, just kidding. Sure. I mean, of course, but nothing in particular that I would focus on today.
Oh, will you be staying in the area?
It's my home. I don't have any other plans right now.
Looking back, anything you would have done differently as mayor?
You know, look, I don't think any mayor gets it all right, and I'm sure I've gotten lots of things wrong. But on the big stuff, no regrets. I'm sorry? No, health was not a factor. I mean, in fact, I feel better today than I did for a number of the years before I had that surgery. So, no, health was not a factor.
You mentioned your family earlier. How hard is this for someone with a job of being a mayor in a large city or something?
Look, I'm very lucky to have a family that has supported this work, and you know, I am very lucky that Sarah has always supported this work, and that she believes in the same mission, and for my kids, you know, I did my best to strike the balance, and I still do my best to strike the balance. But I hope that for them, it's always been an opportunity to see what a life of service looks like. I mean, that's something that's important to me. Happy to take other questions, but you know, let me also just say, you know, when I first got elected, I set as our mission to make this city the vibrant and strong heart of this region of more than 1 million people, and to make sure that everybody had a share in Hartford's rise. And over the last 7 years, every single day, we have worked together toward that vision, and I think we've made a lot of progress. I think our city is far stronger than it was. There's a lot of work left to do, because there will always be a lot of work left to do, but I'm deeply grateful for the chance to have done this work and to keep doing it. Well, I miss most. I think most of all, I will miss the people that I get to work with, and you know, I can't say I'll miss the community I get to serve, because I'll plan to still be here and be part of it. But we've got an incredible team. You know, I could talk at length about everybody on our team, but I do just want to say, you know, I had a senior leadership meeting before this, and looking around the room, about 14 people in the room, and about 11 of them have been with this administration, with this team, some in different capacities, but from day one. And I think that's unusual, and it's a reflection of, you know, the commitment of the folks that we've pulled together to do this work. And you know, again, I could talk about everybody, but I do just have to say, you know, my Chief Operating Officer, Thea Montanez, who has been my right hand throughout this, has big a heart and is as good at this work as anybody. And it's been, you know, been a special honor to be able to do this work alongside Thea and the entire team that we've built. Okay, thank you, everybody. Go Hartford.